Hello, Miramar. I'm Commissioner Alexandra P. Davis, joining you for Commission Corner. For those of you joining me for the first time, this is something new we're bringing to the residents to be more transparent throughout the community. Of course, you can always reach me on social media, which is on your screen below. And today I'd like you to join me as we introduce our first guest on our couch on Commission Corner, Christopher Norwood, creator for Basil Watson's maquettes. Well, hello, Christopher. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
And welcome to Commission Corner.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't you introduce yourself to our listeners, let them know what you're about, what you do.
So my name is Christopher Norwood. I run a gallery in Miami called the Historic Ward Rooming House Gallery. It's operated by Hampton Art Lovers. And I and my colleagues are Hampton Art Lovers. And we curate that gallery, but we also curate other spaces around South Florida and around the country. And so we've been doing this for a while. We enjoy doing this. This is not our first time curating a show here for the people of Miramar. And we hope to continue to partner with Miramar to bring quality art to this community.
But we have a very exciting artist that's going to be displaying his work at our Anson Gallery. And so it is such an honor for us to host his maquettes here in the city. But for those who don't know, what actually are maquettes and who are we hosting?
So you are hosting an internationally recognized sculptor by the name of Basil Watson. And his work is shown in public parks around the world as far as public sculptures. And his sculptures are in the homes of many people who are enjoying them in their homes as well. A maquette is a study sculpture for a very large public statue, if you will. And so just like in a painting, a painter, if he's doing a large painting or even a small painting, will do a study drawing or a study painting. A maquette is a study sculpture. And so what you have in your gallery are the maquettes of some of his most famous public statues. Most of them, half of them really, are from his native Jamaica.
And I've been to Jamaica. Of course, I'm a native of Jamaica. My parents were born there. But I've seen his statue, his works, at our National Stadium.
Yes.
So let the viewers know what they can expect to see. What are the maquettes that they'll be showing in our Anson Gallery?
Right. So there are a couple of highlights. Actually, all of them are highlights, but there's a couple that really are distinctive. As a Jamaican artist, as an artist from Jamaican heritage, he is one of few men or women around the world who have been commissioned by governments around the world to do very large statues. And one of them was Martin Luther King. He was just recently commissioned by the City of Atlanta to do a 18-foot statue of Martin Luther King called Hope Moving Forward. And it sits in front of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's a very prominent piece, and we're happy that we have a maquette to show this community. And it's the first time ever that maquette is being shown. So that's a very key piece. Another key piece is a maquette of Miss Lou from a sculpture a statue that he did in her native village in Jamaica that was installed some time ago. And so we have a 32-inch, 33-inch maquette, fully bronze, of that sculpture. And Miss Lou, of course, is very representative of Jamaican culture, of the Jamaican language, of the Jamaican arts. She was the first person of color to attend the Royal Academy of Theater Arts, and that is a very prominent piece, and actually sits very well with the fact that Basil's father was a very prominent artist by the name of Barrington Watson, and he was the first person of color to attend the Royal Academy of the Visual Arts in the 1940s. And so there's a connection there as well. Of course, we have the Usain Bolt maquette, and that's a very famous, of course, Usain Bolt perhaps is the most famous Jamaican in the world, who recently just had twin kids or what have you. And so we have a maquette of that very famous sculpture and the pose that everyone knows. And then, of course, we also have Shelly Ann Fraser maquette that sits in front of the National Stadium. and she just clocked the second fastest time ever for a woman in 100 meters. A woman who, after many years of being an Olympian, is getting faster, even after having children. I think that speaks volumes to the power of women. And so I could go on and on about, we have about 10 maquettes and his drawings, which are very important. His drawings are charcoal drawings, many of them of each of these rendering sculptures. And as a sculptor, he is a skilled draftsman. So he drafts and draws in order to figure out how to do these sculptures. So you're sort of getting an inside look at a master sculptor, his drawings and his maquettes. It's a real treat and something that I was happy to assist in curating and bringing for the enjoyment of your citizens.
Beautiful. Well, I do know that we have guided tours. You yourself do guided tours. Would you explain how a person can get a guided tour and the hours of operation of the gallery?
Yes. So the gallery is open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4:30, and Fridays from 4:30 to 7:30, and Saturdays from 10 to 3. And then on Mondays between the hours of 12 to 4, I'm available for guided tours. All you have to do is contact the Anson Gallery in the City of Miramar, and they will schedule that. And some days I will just be here, whether there's a schedule or not, on Mondays between the hours of 12 and 4.
Beautiful. Well, as a special treat, I'll be hosting an evening with Basil Watson on August 5th, as you know. It's his, we're going to actually have you as the curator do a moderated discussion with him. It's going to be a red carpet reception, and we're going to have dinner as well. So it's going to be a very nice evening. So you should look out for that. We'll talk more about that evening with Basil Watson on August 5th. And so once again, thank you so much for joining me on Commission Corner. I'm going to say Caribbean Corner, it might as well be. And we do look forward to seeing you in the gallery, doing your tours, and of course at the reception when the actual artist will be here with us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, folks, I have someone special joining me today from the business community on Commission Corner. Please welcome our new Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Patty Archer. Hello, Patty. Welcome to Commission Corner.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Great. So tell us how you became involved with the Chamber and how you got to this moment as the CEO and President.
Well, that's a very long story, but I'll make it shorter than it is. I've had my business here for the City of Miramar for about 18 years. And my parents were very close to the Chamber in Puerto Rico. Nice. And they had requested me to go ahead and just go and join the Chamber of Commerce. So when I did, I'm very curious. I love leadership in every single way, but I love also getting connected to the city. So I started becoming part of the Chamber of Commerce, and after that, I also moved to Pembroke Pines. So I feel like I have both of both worlds.
Right.
But my business is still in Miramar. And between my leadership positions that I've had plenty of them in the Chamber of Commerce, it was my turn to be now president for 34 days already.
Oh, lovely. Well, welcome. And we're so
you.
glad to have you as our Chamber president. Could you explain to our listeners what is the purpose of the Chamber of Commerce within our community, and how do they help business owners and entrepreneurs?
Okay, so that's a great question, because for some people, it is the Yelp of the city. For other people, it's the city center. So I have a lot of people calling, hey, what do I do in Miramar? What do I do in Pembroke Pines? Or outside of it as well, because we're known as regional as well. Okay. And for other people, it's a place to start. There's a lot of businesses that start, and thank you for the opportunity of having us in the BizFit.
Yes,
because it was an opportunity to meet a lot of people that are just starting their business. So they have their passion. What do I do with it? How do I network? How do I even begin to be a business owner? And places to go, as well as to be connected with the city as well.
Absolutely. And you mentioned BizFit. This is something that I started in the City of Miramar back in 2019. At that time, we took our tour on the road. Of course, this year, because of the pandemic, it's virtual, and we had our great kickoff on June 8th. We have other series coming up in July as well as August.
The beautiful city of Miramar has a great incentive for everybody that joins as part of, you pay your business taxes here in Miramar, and it's great because regardless of where you're at, if you're west of University, you get some part of incentive. If you're east and what's historic, you also get an incentive. So the beginning of it is amazing because you get an incentive part of it. Of course, you do have to do your homework, but for the rest of the people that want to join as well, it provides them a place to start networking, to start professional development, to start leadership development, and also connecting to our community.
Beautiful. And we so thank you so much for joining us here, Patty. And we do know we can catch our next BizFit on July 13th, and folks can register at bizfit.live for your seat. Thanks once again, Patty. We wish you all the best in your tenure as President and CEO of the Miramar Pembroke Pines Chamber.
Thank you very much.
So today we have Leo Gilling from the Jamaica Diaspora Champions Awards joining us today. And welcome, Leo, to Commission Corner. I know you wear many hats. That was just one hat that I mentioned. And so I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners. I'll let them know what you do and what you're about.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you for being the winner, being a champion in the JDAFCA. You did a wonderful job. And the other thing that I want to say also is that you have been doing a masterful job in Miramar.
Well, thank you.
Some years ago, we went head-to-head in a commission race, right? And I heard about you before I got here, and I knew, based on what I was told, that you are a hard worker, and you have proven it over and over and over, and I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Leo. That's really special coming from you.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about the Jamaican Diaspora, your organization, and how it's important for us to really help in the development of Jamaica.
Let me put into perspective. I am Leo Gilling. I'm from Morocco in Jamaica. I'm a Jamaican. I spent 36 years in this country, 30 years in California, and the last 7-8 years here in Florida. I run an organization called the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network. 15 sectors include education, arts and culture, behavioral health, agriculture, you name it, 15 different sectors. We have over 1,400 experts across the world, 23 countries, who give back to Jamaica on different occasions. We build capacity by providing professional development, training. We actually go to Jamaica and do things, and it goes on. I'm proud to be the chairman of something that makes a difference in our country. This month, National Caribbean American Caribbean American Heritage Month, a very, very important month. It was awarded back in 2007 by President Bush. And for all the persons who've worked on creating this for our Caribbean heritage, it's a big effort. We have more than 14 million Jamaicans, not Jamaicans, but Caribbeans in the United States alone. And it's important. It means that our presence creates the significance for political change, for social change, and we are making that change. When we give back to our country, we are creating developments, initiatives that make a difference. And together as a Caribbean as Caribbean region, we can make bigger impact, more robust impact if we get together and do this. So this month is an important month where we all get together, show how it is important for us to get together, show how important it is to be a part of the cultural, political, and social fiber of this country so that we are noticed.
Every 2 years, biannually, we have our conference.
Yes.
And that really helps us to come together to help our island nation. And I know other Caribbean islands do the same thing.
Yes.
And so it's
Jamaica
important.
has done a wonderful job of creating an infrastructure for diaspora engagement. So Jamaica engages with diaspora, diaspora engages with Jamaica. And it all started back in 2004 when they first brought us home to represent. And so it has 4 segments. And I'd love to see the other countries build on this.
Okay.
We have the Jamaica Diaspora Institute, the Jamaica Diaspora Foundation, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the diaspora itself that came together and build this infrastructure. And we've been working back and forth. And if countries in our Caribbean develop their diaspora just the way that Jamaica has done, really, it would encourage more significant, more robust visibility for us in the
Absolutely, and collaborations, which I've
Yes.
done a lot
Yes.
with Jamaicans here in the
Yes.
city of Miramar.
Yes.
And so we thank you. Any parting words?
You know, the parting words is very interesting. I sat this morning and I heard you interview a young man about the sculptures that for Basil Watson.
Yes.
That Basil Watson, and let me tell you something. That's a powerful thing. It's bringing Jamaica into the culture of America so that we can learn more about the people, because we see Usain Bolt run and he does wonders, but Usain Bolt has a different side to him that we all need to know. Why did he become the most important, the most powerful man in the world? Why did Shelley Ann Fraser run 10.63 this year? What is it after having a baby and coming back and being 34 years old? There's something to tell. Yeah. And so when I heard the gentleman talk about the sculptures that are coming and the stories behind it, I want to encourage our people to find out more about the people who have made a difference in our lives.
Absolutely. You know, we're always doing something for our Caribbean countries, and we want to continue to really engage in our diaspora movement.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So this wraps up our Commission Corner segment for today. As always, remember, putting you first keeps us first.